Hi, I'm Ashley. Apparently we're in the middle of 2020 and this is the mid-year freakout tag. So this is a tag that a lot of people do and I'm here just to participate along with everyone else. So the first question is, best book you read so far in 2020? And this is a book I recently just finished and it is Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. I loved this book. I tabbed it all up. It's beautiful, heartbreaking. It's all about like self-discovery and I loved it. I listened to an audio and it's a book I think I'd want to reread physically. I loved it. Best book so far this year. Next question is best sequel so far in 2020. And that would have to be The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I loved Queen of Nothing. I read it extremely fast. Like, I know Wicked King is technically like the sequel and I did read The Wicked King, but I love Queen of Nothing. I love Cardan and I just loved this entire story. It was great. It was everything, and yes. Next question is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and that is You Should See Me in a Crowd by Leah Johnson. And everyone has been talking about this book and I'm excited for some contemporary. I am enjoying all the contemporary. That's literally all I'm reading at the moment and I am excited to pick this up later this week. Next question is a book that has not been released yet that you're excited for the second half of the year. Midnight Sun. I am just ready for it. I'm ready for all the Twilight. But another book I'm excited for, because that one's kind of obvious. Everyone knows I'm excited for it, is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. It is a sort of Cinderella retelling, and I love fairy tale retellings, and yeah, I'm excited for it. And it comes out July 7th, so don't have to wait too much longer, which is awesome. Next question is biggest disappointment. Now, I did not expect anything out of this book, but it was awful, like trash, and I gave it 1 star. Because it was just so awful. It just did all the wrong things with relationships and it just brought up weird topics, and I'll be talking about it later in my review because I read it I think like last week, and it's Starfall by Melissa Lander, so I didn't even mention the book, but yeah, it was awful. It was my biggest disappointment. Next question is biggest surprise. I guess biggest surprise for book release would be Midnight Sun again. I mean, I think everyone's shocked that she's actually releasing it. But I have another answer, and that is, let me grab it. A Map for Wrecked Girls by Jessica Taylor. I was not expecting much out of this book. I just thought it would just be just like a generic YA, and it definitely, I mean it was, but I still like enjoyed it and I was held captive during it. It's about 2 girls and a boy who are stranded on an island, and you're trying to figure out what happened in the past and how they're going to get off this island, and yeah, I enjoyed it and did not expect to, so that was a very pleasant surprise. Question is favorite new author. And this could either be a debut author or an author who's just new to me. And for that, I chose Brandy Colbert. I read The Revolution of Birdie Randolph this year and loved it. And I am wanting to pick up other books by Brandy Colbert. I just loved this story. It was an emotional read, and I definitely want to read more by her. Next question is newest fictional crush. And I think I mentioned this last video, but it's Cardan. I'm obsessed with him at the moment, and yeah, he's my new fictional crush. That's all I gotta say on him. Next question is newest favorite character, and I have two for this. First one is Ansel from Serpent and Dove. He was just the sweetest thing ever. And the second one is Ezra from Felix Ever After. Just love how he was just willing to defend Felix no matter what. He never faulted in his decision and didn't even question him. He just, like, Felix always came first, and I loved Ezra in this book. Next question is a book that made you cry. I don't typically cry for books. I will get a little emotional, but no, like, tear face. And the book that made me very emotional was Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I listened to this on audio, and this is just heartbreaking. It is an extremely difficult read, and I enjoyed it. It is one of my favorite books that I read this year. I also want to read more by Tiffany D. Jackson. I did order her new book that's coming out later this year, and yes, this is a book that made me upset. Next question is a book that made you happy, and for that I chose A Match Made in Mehendi. I love this book. It was the first book I read this year. It is about a girl who makes an dating app for her high school, and I find that I really love dating app books. I've read a few, and I just like really enjoy the dynamic of them. Yeah, this was just a really cute, fun read that I enjoyed. That made me happy. Next question is most beautiful book you bought this year. I have bought quite a few pretty books this year, and one of them being Little Women. I love this Penguin edition. It is just gorgeous. And yeah, I just think it's adorable. Next question is what books do you need to finish by the end of the year? I did post a photo on Instagram at the beginning of January with about 10 books that I had on my TBR that I wanted to read this year, and I'm pretty sure I've only read like 3 of them. So I'm doing great. And hopefully I'll get to more of them the second half of the year, because who doesn't love to procrastinate? So yeah, that is the mid-year freakout tag. I'm not freaking out too much. I'm pretty happy with my reading. I have accomplished a few big books that I did not think I was going to be able to get done. I believe I'm at 38 books for the year, and I move my reading goal up by 5. So since I'm so close to 40, I'll probably move it up to 45 soon, and just keep going after that. So let me know how your reading's going so far for the year, if you're on track for your goal, if you have any favorite books you read or any like disappointments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day and you're being kind to people. Bye!